Hello, long time no see. Cherry Show is back, and today we start with The Deuce. It's a TV series from HBO, the home of many quality content TV series. And well, I just finished the season 2 of The Deuce, so I want to give you 5 pointers why I think, in fact, this is a good TV series for you to watch. Now, the first season came around a year ago, and the second season obviously started at least here in Finland. I think it was late summer, early this fall, and now some 9 episodes later, here it is, and it's final. And luckily for us who are the fans of the series, there will be a third season as well. Who knows if more will be coming, but that's beside this video anyhow. So 5 pointers why The Deuce is a good TV series. First of all, The Deuce is all about porn industry, adult entertainment, prostitution and all that stuff during the 1970s, 1980s in New York City, especially Manhattan. To be honest, even though I've been a couple of times in New York City, I do not know a place called The Deuce, but it seems that this is the kind of a nickname for some parts of the island. So I haven't been doing kind of a background check because, once again, that's kind of a beside the point here. But what you need to know is that this is a drama series that is very character driven, very much story driven, not so much action, romantics, and location. But a good scripted TV series that actually is a really nicely designed drama for any adult viewer. Now, 5 points why I think The Deuce is definitely worth watching, and these all apply both seasons. First of all, acting. It's just great quality, which is very common thing with HBO series. There is no thing we need to just face palm. Especially my biggest thanks go to James Franco, who is actually doing double character there, double role. He's acting twins, which both have quite a different character, and in fact it's really nice to see him in this kind of role, where he plays basically two American Italian guys. Well, the other one is a little bit of loose end, and the other is kind of a more smart and maybe even not laid back, but say kind of a more thinking sort. If the other is just kind of this kind of a prodigal son, if you will. So really nice to see really unfamiliar faces even who are doing just excellent job. Very nice characters and, well, actors doing those characters. Well, actually this brings me to the second point, which is then again good characters. Most of these characters here are just basic ordinary people. Some of them end up being hookers on the streets. Some of them are pimps, which are more or less kind of nasty personalities. Some of them are just outright gangsters, but there's not much violence here. It's more, like I said, character and action, story driven rather than action driven. So these gangsters are kind of the easy type of gangster versus so many other series which have mob mentality and mob behavior. Think of like Boardwalk Empire and the like, and you get the idea, not to mention Sopranos and this stuff. But all in all, these different characters, how they are portrayed, how they feel to me when I'm watching the show, they feel really real. Kind of the type of persons, the type of people who you actually could meet in real life. Not only New York City, but in general. So feels very realistic to me in that sense also. Now the third thing is obviously the theme here. I don't recall seeing any TV series that is this much into porn and adult entertainment industry, especially the first steps. There are some movies which are about how porn kind of started, but they are more or less focused on smaller parts, smaller locations, maybe a shorter era or certain real life people, for instance. But this is basically not about just making porn, how it started, but also how these directors came to be, what they are, how these actors were found, how the life was on the streets, and how prostitution and also pornography kind of entwine with each other, and how, what are these other groups, so like I mentioned, gangsters and whatnot. So all in all, real nice team, and the way New York is presented there is just very genuine. Which brings me to the number 4. How the settings and the feel of the time, the 70s, early 80s, is already there. You can just see cars, clothing, the hairstyle, just everything is all about of being this era. You can pretty much smell the shit there and all the other smells. So it gives you this kind of a nice vibe what the Deuce is all about. It's not these modern days. There are no, cell phones. There are no internet. There is no porn to just, click online. If you want to see real skin, if you want to see some nudity, you go to these places, whether it's a kind of a brothel-like thing, or if it's kind of a peep show. So it might be something really weird for people who were born in the 90s or especially this millennium. But even people like me, I was born in the 70s. And to me, this is kind of something that I have barely read and heard about. So it's kind of nice to get this kind of a feeling. It's not that much far in the history. It's something that our generation is able to remember and to know to some extent. But it's still something that we haven't gone through. Our elders, surely, but still, for younger audience, this is kind of a nice way to portray the past decades. Last but not least, it feels real. It doesn't feel superficial. It doesn't feel like it's just there for the sake of it. Everything seems to be in place. And, well, to be honest, I think it's has much to do with the general quality of what HBO does. And also, the guy who created this series, who's also responsible for The Wire, one of the best ranked TV series of all time. So there's a lot to do with this kind of talent and vision, how this series got done. What I read was that David Simon, who was the creator of The Wire, and also George Pelecanos, I don't know where he is from, where he's coming, but I mean, he's a long timer also. So these, well, these experiences, this vast knowledge and understanding of the past decades are the reason why this feels so real. It doesn't feel odd, it doesn't feel weird, it just feels like New York City and the porn industry and the other people that are around the industry and so forth. So really great series, but maybe I wouldn't rate it as high as The Wire. And the reason is, well, Wire is more captivating. But then again, I don't also want to compare this too much to The Wire. While there are lots of similarities, even the same actors, and certainly same vibe, even the outro song is, related to The Wire. They are still two different breed. They could be basically, brothers to each other, but they are different. But anyhow, watch The Deuce, give it a chance. There are 2 seasons out, and it's definitely worth your time. Good TV quality drama. This is Cherry Show for now. Take care, enjoy some good TV, and see you soon with more videos to come. Bye bye.